Hello everybody, my name is Ericode and today I'll be showing you variables. So let's say you're new to Roblox or just scripting in general. A variable is like a box where you put things inside. So I can put a number inside of it, or a string of characters, or like a reference to this. You could also think it as a reference that you can use in your code. So first of all, I'm going to be creating a part. You can do this by going into model and clicking the part icon. Now I'm going to add a script onto it by hovering over the plus icon, just adding a script. So I'm just going to delete that, and what you'll need now is, in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you, what you'll need is the Explorer, the Output, and the Properties tab. So once you're in your script here, we have to create a variable. And variables are important in scripting because they allow, like, for an FPS game, you have the ammo count, that is usually a variable. You have the player, that is also usually a variable. And variables just help shorten the code and the characters. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable by putting local in front of it, and then I'm going to put the variable name. So this will be the tape that goes over the box, and this will say what the variable is. So let's just name it hello, and then this one will equal, let's say we want to put a string in it, or like a set of, or like a sentence. We're just gonna put 2 speech marks and put, let's say, hello, my name is Ericode. So we've just created our first variable. However, there's many different types of variable types. So let's say local I equals 1. This is an int variable. And then local x equals 0.1. This is usually referred as a double or a float. Then we also have game objects. This is really important because it just helps shorten code, and it's just like how you code in Roblox. So local, we can name it whatever we want again. So let's just say work for workspace. So if we want, let's say when we play the game, we want this part to, instead of being at this position, we want it to be at -10, but we want this here initially. So we will do a part. We will try and reference it. So part equals. Now there's 2 ways we can do this. I'll show you both ways. And one way is by doing this. So equals, you have to put game, and there's 2 ways. You can do .workspace or colon get service and then speech marks workspace. Both of these work. So I'm just going to use .workspace because it's easier, and then you can put another dot to the part. So how does this work? Basically, the game is our game, and the dot means it's what's inside of it, or what's a property of it. So a property of game, or, well, there's not really much that I can think of, but a child of it, or what's inside of the game, is workspace. But part is also inside of workspace. I mean, part is also inside of the game. But there's no part here, so we have to put a child, because it's part of the workspace, which is part of the game. So we have to do it like that. Another way we can do it is if it's, let's say we had hundreds and hundreds of parts here. Let me just create that. Oops. I did that by using Control D. There's hundreds of parts, but we don't know which part this is talking about. So what else we can do is we can do script.parent. So the script, we're currently inside of this part. This is the script itself. This like whatever is inside of this file is called a script, and the parent is the thing that's above it. But the baseplate isn't the parent of part. You can tell because this has an indent. This has an indent in it, and if I add anything else like an animation, it also has an indent because it's a part of this. It's a child of this part. So that's just a basic explanation, or a very bad explanation, of children and parents and their relationship in code. So what can we do with these variables? We can do a lot of things with these variables. For the sake of today's tutorial, I'll be showing you that you can print these things. So it's very simple. We just put print. If you're wondering how I autocomplete these, it's if I just enter a few characters, it will say print at the bottom, and then I can use arrow keys to like navigate through this. And if I press tab, it will autocomplete it. So we can print anything we want. So let's just print hello. Let's also print what was that? I print X, and print part. Now if you run the game, it's also F8, and oh yeah, I forgot about that. If you put an output, you'll see that part 0.1, and hello, my name is error code. That is it. But what if we want but they're all on separate lines. What if we want them on the same line? We could just delete all of these and then put a plus icon next to it, which is I plus X plus part. Now if you run it, you'll see we have sorry, it's not plus, it is comma, I believe. Could be comma. If we run it, yeah. If you're wondering why that was like that, because since these two are both like numbers, the plus adds them together. So we can just do times. Or if we do times, and then this one was, let's say, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 8, and 9, alright? If we run it now, we'll see that it divides it, or times it, by 0.1, or divides it by 10. So that's just a very simple tutorial on variables. Hopefully in the next tutorial, I'll be showing you how you can use these. Thanks for watching.